The Australian legal system. We saw in the first topic that when the legal systems of the various states were first set up, they were modelled upon the British legal system. So we have a head of state known as the King or Queen. That head of state is represented within each state by a governor. The laws within each state are made by a state parliament. Legal disputes are resolved within each state by a state court system, and then the actual political power is exercised by a group of people chosen from the parliament who act as advisors or ministers for the governor, including one minister who's in charge of the others, known as the Premier. Then when the federal legal system was established in 1901, again, the legal system was modelled upon the British system. So the head of state is the King or Queen. They're represented within our federal legal system by a Governor-General. Federal laws are made by a federal parliament. Federal legal disputes are resolved by a federal court system. And then the actual political power at the federal or national level is exercised by a group of people chosen from the parliament who act as advisors or ministers for the Governor-General, including one minister who's in charge of the others, known as the Prime Minister. So what we see is that different aspects of government power is exercised by different people. This is consistent with the notion of separation of powers. Rather than have a single government body or a single individual who exercises all power, instead government power is exercised by different and separate arms of government. So the power to make the law is exercised by a group known as the legislature. The power to administer the law is exercised by a group known as the executive, and the power to interpret and apply the law is exercised by a group of people known as the judiciary. Within the Australian legal system, the legislature, the body that makes the law, takes the form of a parliament. The executive, the group that actually administers the law, takes the form of the executive government, which includes the various ministers, and the judiciary, which interprets the law, takes the form of the court system. These three arms of government are supposed to remain entirely separate, none of which are meant to tell the other two what to do, and each of which is supposed to focus upon its own responsibilities and not take responsibility for what the other two arms of government are supposed to do. So in the next section we will consider each of these three arms of government in turn.